The trickster figure appears in cultures around the globe. Some play crucial roles in the spiritual and rhetorical traditions of those cultures. Two such figures follow Africans on the Middle Passage and continue to appear in African American cultural narratives. Their names are Elegbara and Anansi, trickster gods from the Yoruba and Akan oral traditions. Elegbara and Anansi are both known to inhabit the crucial role of world bridger, meaning they stand at the crossroads between the mortal world and the ethereal.
Elegbara and Anansi are also often associated with language and interpretation.
Elegbara and Anansi are also often associated with language and interpretation. In the Yoruba tradition, Esu Elegbara presides over the art of divination because he reestablishes an interpretive connection between gods and mortals. What follows is an adaptation of the tale told in Henry Louis Gates' The Signifying Monkey. Once upon a time, the gods were very hungry. They did not get enough to eat from their wandering sons on the face of the earth. They were discontented with each other and quarreled. Now, their descendants had forgotten them, and they asked themselves how they were to get their sustenance from men again. Men no longer made them burnt offerings, and the gods wanted meat. So, Esu set out. Through guile, he obtained 16 palm nuts from monkeys in the forest. He needed to determine their meaning, so at the monkey's advice, he went around the world to 16 places and asked for their meaning. He heard 16 sayings in each of the 16 places, took those meanings back to the gods for a response, and returned to deliver that response back to man. With a new means of understanding one another, men learned to fear gods again, and the gods didn't have to destroy them. Anansi has similar stories about his gifts to humankind. After all, he's known as the god of storytelling for a reason. Anansi wanted to share all the stories of the world with mankind, so he went to Niame and asked to buy the sky god's box of stories. Niame required a nearly impossible price: a python, a leopard, a swarm of hornets, and an invisible spirit. But the trickster was undaunted. Anansi tricked the python into letting him tie her to a rod. He trapped the leopard in a hole, smooth-talked the hornets into a water jug, and baited the invisible spirit with baked sweet potatoes. After each offering, the sky god grew more confident and satisfied with Anansi's cleverness. Finally, Anansi paid the price and received Niame's beautiful box of stories. He was the only one clever enough to take ownership of such a valuable prize. When Anansi and Esu Elegbara accompany slaves on the Middle Passage, they provide a framework of rhetorical tools for survival in a hostile environment. And that is where we end our introduction.